Hi, I'm Earl Rector. Enough about me. So you may be wondering why there hasn't been any new postings of a Mr. Mulcherman episode in some time. Well, I have an explanation for you, and it all lies with this right here. Some time ago I purchased a 2 gigabyte or 2 terabyte external hard drive that I was utilizing in my video production process, and for some unexplained reason it just stopped working. And all of a sudden my ability to produce videos came to a rather abrupt halt. And so for the last couple of weeks I've been working to solve this problem that led me down many paths, all of which were not working for me. So what actually ended up happening was, to the credit of my wife, she, in her words, banged this thing. She struck it in some way that returned it to its proper working condition, and all of a sudden I had access once more to my data. So I immediately took the next step, and now I have acquired some additional space in the cloud so that this will never happen again. But this is just one of those things that I'm learning as I go through this process. So I appreciate everybody's patience and hanging in there with me. But today I'll start producing more episodes that I will then post. And again, thank you all for your patience, but everything is fine. Just a little glitch in the process and a lesson learned. So let's carry on. Well, good morning once again, and welcome back to another episode of Mr. Mulcherman. And we are out here in Cushing, Oklahoma today. And what we're being tasked with is to clear a couple of different areas for the client. One is this area, or this location over here along this tree line, to push that back so that when the home is built or placed in here, that they'll have a view out to this field over here. So that's one of the tasks that we're going to be tackling today. The other is that the entryway into the property, the client needs us to widen that so that they can bring what's going to be here is like a modular home, so that they can actually get that onto the property. So we're going to open up the entryway where they'll be bringing that in for the client as well. So it should be a good day of mulching, and looking forward to get started. Come along. Thank you. Okay, so we're actually standing on the entryway onto the client's property, and I just wanted to show you this very quickly before we get started. So he indicated that the modular home is going to be about 45 feet in length, plus the length of the vehicle that's going to be pulling it is going to be coming up through this driveway here. And so you can imagine that their angle is going to be here. So we're going to end up clearing all of this back sufficiently enough so that the truck and the home itself can be angled in such a way where it can get through this gate and then on to the final destination where it will reside on the property. So let's get started. Okay, so I believe we've cleared enough of an area for the truck plus the trailer that will be hauling the modular home onto the client's property. And this is kind of what it will look like from this angle. There's his gate, and there should be enough room for the truck to travel at this particular angle and then be able to begin to make their way back to the final location of the home. And this should give them plenty of room to be able to make the turn. So anyway, on to the next part of the client's property and get that done. All right, I'm standing approximately where the front of the house is going to be positioned once it's brought in. And what the client has asked us to do is to begin to push this line of cedars back to open up a line of sight from the front of their house to a field that's just over that rise there. And it'll add a lot of scenic beauty to this particular location as we do this. So let's get started. wraps up the day out here in Cushing, Oklahoma today, and we were able to get quite a bit done, and looks a whole lot better, and the client can now see much more of his property from what will be the future side of his home out here. And we appreciate the opportunity always to come out and do things like this. So anyway, thanks for watching. Appreciate it.